The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes.
Monica, this is for you.
The views and opinions on this show are for entertainment purposes only. The only factual information is any story that has happened to AT2 or the parties involved. Other than that, go ahead and get you a drink, get you something to eat, just relax and enjoy the show. Let's have fun. All right, y'all, let's get real. What's up, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? Diddy is hit with another lawsuit. I don't know what other way to put it, you guys. Are we shocked by this? No, we're not shocked at all. This is, I mean, Diddy's going to be hit with more lawsuits. It's coming. We thought the last one with the anonymous girl was one. There's going to be more, and I have a feeling like more people are going to say their name. Now, I will say with this lawsuit with Lil Rod, this is the producer that worked on the that Diddy's Love album, his R&B album. This is the one that worked with him. Now, I do want to say this. The claims are shocking, but the only thing that gives me pause about Rod, what's up, everybody? The only thing that gives me pause about Lil Rod is that his lawyer is Tyrone Blackburn. Now, some of you are like AT2, what that has to do with anything? Tyrone Blackburn is the same one that was representing Sabrina Peterson, the one with T.I. and Tiny, and then claimed that there was like over 30 women and men with outrageous claims against T.I. and Tiny. And then he represented Jennifer Huff, who was the woman victimized by Kenneth Petty, Nicki's husband. So all these cases was high profile, but it seems like there has been no resolution. Sabrina Peterson, I don't know if you guys know, she ended up owing T.I. and Tiny money. So Tyrone Blackburn record is not good at all. This is the only thing that gives me pause. But I do want to say this. Lil Rod has been speaking out since February 3rd. He has been fighting for his publishing on the album. And remember Tiffany? Tiffany has been talking about how she fights for songwriters, and she even has her own union that she's trying to get together where artists are getting, songwriters, producers are getting their publishing. A lot of these artists don't do any of the work, and you have people like Beyonce or Diddy, in this case, taking all the publishing for work that they didn't do. Diddy literally doesn't write his own raps or create music, so why is he getting a big chunk of the publishing? And so Lil Rod has been talking about this. So before we get into the lawsuit, I want to go ahead and play you guys a few videos from his actual Instagram. The first one you're going to see is a clip where Diddy and another person is like basically mocking him and laughing that he wants his publishing. Here we go, and then you'll hear him explain.
Okay, I run shit. I run shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Lil Rod ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his pub. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
I apologize to anyone. This video may be embarrassing too. Let's just jump right into it. Some of you may know me or may not. I'm a music producer who's a writer and musician. Different genres. I started in the gospel and jazz and R&B and worked my way over to the hip hop side. I've been working on an album I took a year off straight working on this album. That album is the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. And it's Grammy nominated right now as we speak. I should be celebrating, but the truth is I'm not. Taking this album on has required so much time, months and at a time, 16 hours to 24 hours a day. Sometimes, Diddy will request certain works to be done and tell us don't go to sleep until it's done. And the truth is we'll be up for days trying to accomplish that. I've tried to get my business straight with them on this album, but the truth is they're not playing fair. They hit me on below the belt on so many situations. Just dealing with this. It's the contract that they give me and the offer that they gave me was just disgusting. The producer fee, pennies, and on top of that, these guys are trying to steal my publishing. I can't go for that, so I'm fighting back. He's a fighter, but I'm going to put in this fight. I got to do it for myself, my rights, and most importantly, my kids. Taking my publishing or stealing it I'm not going to let that happen. Not going to let that happen. Again, this is one of those projects that took so much time from me. I missed holidays with my family, just out working on this album. At what point I was running around with the hard drives, the computer, just to run the ball on this album, to finish the production on it, and make sure that this album came to, a good project with good vibes, just where it is right now. And just to be offered little to no participation in this is highly disrespectful. I won't be that guy 20, 30 years from now looking back saying, I wish I'd done this. I'm going to do this now. Doing this situation is not easy. Taking Puff to court, suing him is not easy. I don't have the monies that it's going to take to fight him in court. So I'm just asking, if you're in support, please. The link is in my bio to my GoFundMe. The money will go towards my attorney fees and to just make sure I'm keeping my head above water during the process. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Until further notice, I will not be performing at any gigs or anything like that. For security reasons, my family, friends, anyone close to me just feels like there's a lot of potential threats, and everybody's just telling me what he's allegedly capable of, and it's very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids, and just sleeping with anxiety and different things like that. So just moving forward, just want to pause on everything until we know that it's clear and safe for me to come back outside of work. I appreciate you all for your love and support, and everybody that knows me, etc. Thank you so much. Love.
So there you have it, you guys. And thank you for bringing that up, Miss Curiosity. I feel like he doesn't have any money to fight. He does have a GoFundMe, but he didn't have any money to fight. And so Tyrone Blackburn, looking thirsty like he usually is, basically preyed on him. But he was basically trying to get his publishing. Now, he didn't make any claim. I will say this in Diddy's defense. Before on his Instagram, he never made claims of anything crazy that he's listing in this lawsuit. And this lawsuit is pretty crazy. But to be fair, we have to read the statement from Sean Hawley, who's Diddy's attorney. Mind you, this is similar to what they said about Cassie, how they denied her claims, right? It said, Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. So she adds, we are overwhelmingly indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, has been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. So they're fighting back on this. They're not taking this. They're saying that the claims are false. Again, a lot of the stuff listed in here, crazy. If you guys know or may not know, if you guys have looked at it, I haven't looked at the whole thing. I've only seen little bits and parts on Twitter. And by the way, this is Lil Rod's Instagram. So if you guys want to follow him, it's Hitman Lil Rod. And then there you see. And he is somebody respected in the industry too, because he has a lot of different celebrities who follow him. And even remember, I was telling you, Tiffany Red, who fights for people getting their publishing and stuff like that, she follows him too. So this is definitely not some Joe Schmo or just some random person. Like, this is somebody who's actually in the music industry. So not saying that he can't be lying, but I mean, it does give you a different perspective on it. So this is the article from TMZ. It says, in legal docs obtained by TMZ, Rodney Jones, a former producer and videographer for the mogul, claims he was repeatedly sexually assaulted by Diddy and subjected to unwanted advances by associates of Diddy at his direction. Jones claims Diddy, among other things, would grope Jones' genitals and touch his anus. I should have said trigger warning. I'm sorry. Trigger warning. Jones goes on to allege Diddy would parade around naked in front of Jones. Jones believes Diddy was trying to groom him into having sex. He says Diddy would downplay the alleged assaults as horseplay. Jones goes on to allege Diddy forced him to watch a video involving Stevie J having sex with another man. So that's the Stevie J claim in here. I told y'all, it's a lot, you guys. It says Jones included a screen grab of the video. There are more allegations, he says. A female cousin of Diddy's girlfriend, Young Miami, who sexually assaulted him, allegedly attempted to have sex with him in front of Diddy and members of his staff. So there's a situation where Jones went in the bathroom, and I'm paraphrasing, went in the bathroom, and then Young Miami's cousin allegedly followed him in there and performed a lettuce ritual on his private area. And you usually buy a head of lettuce, for those of you who don't know the terminology of what I'm trying to say. So she allegedly gave him lettuce, and then he ran out, and she was trying to mess with him in front of people, because, you know, Diddy has been accused of liking women performing in front of him with other men. So this is in the realm of the stuff that Cassie was talking about, remember? It says, and there's more. Jones says Diddy brought prostitutes to his house in Miami, and on one occasion, Jones says he was present at the house and was drugged and possibly raped. Whew. And then in here, there's evidence of him partying with alleged underage women. He also alleges at several parties Diddy intentionally served women bottles of his tequila and vodka brands laced with drugs. And there's allegedly some kind of yacht employee who was actually not coercing, but also going along with the story in the lawsuit as well too. It further says, Jones claims Diddy directed Stevie J and his son Justin Combs to recruit prostitutes, and in Justin's case, he was instructed to find underage girls to attend the parties. So he's claiming that his son Justin, who is Misha Hilton, remember Misha Hilton had went off after that whole DUI situation, and she said she was going to, expose everything and stuff like that. This makes me believe that, yeah, Misha did know some stuff, and Diddy probably was like, hey, you better not say nothing. But this is crazy because he's alleging his son Justin is also a part of this too. This ain't good. Jones claims Diddy introduced him to Cuban Gooding Jr. on Diddy's yacht, and Cuba allegedly began touching, groping, and fondling Mr. Jones' leg, his upper inner thighs, near his groin, the small of his back, near his buttocks, and his shoulders. And then there's a picture in here of evidence where you see Cuban Gooding Jr. has his arm around Jones. Then we get into another situation where it says there are also allegations of a shooting where Jones says Diddy and his son Justin got into a heated argument at an LA recording studio. Jones says gunfire erupted and a man named G was hit, bleeding profusely from his stomach. Jones says Diddy told him to lie to the cops and say G was shot in a drive-by. It's worth noting LAPD investigated the shooting and reportedly found the victim had been shot outside the studio during a robbery and merely ran into the studio while still bleeding. So the LAPD actually cleared up that story. So that's one account where it was all like, well, he was actually robbed and then he ran inside and he was bleeding profusely. So that was another, yeah. In addition to Diddy, Jones is suing Justin, other employees, as well as various record execs. And see, they got this from Cassie. Remember, Cassie sued Bad Boy and all the companies. Also, Universal is in this lawsuit as well too. So he's making sure to sue everybody. And again, the reason why Diddy had to settle with Cassie is because it involved Diddy's companies as well as other people associated with Diddy, and it made it an employee versus a boss or a supervisor situation, which those are taken more seriously than just a couple or some friends having a good time. Like literally, this is taken to a situation where it's like, no, this is my boss, and I felt, because a lot of people say, well, why'd you let him do this? Why'd you feel this? Well, there's a power dynamic to it. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I would never be in those situations and blah, blah. Well, you don't know what you would do in those situations unless you're in that situation, A lot of y'all ain't never been in that situation. So, I mean, how many of y'all have been around Diddy to even be in a quote-unquote situation? Not too many people, except the ones that are, obviously speaking out. So it is what it is. And so I think with this situation, again, it gives me pause that his lawyer is Tyrone Blackburn. However, with Miss Curiosity, what she was saying, he ain't got no money to fight. So this is why he had a GoFundMe. And Tyrone, I will say this, he does do a lot of these pro bonos. He doesn't look for them to pay up front or anything. He does it pro bono. And I think with Blackburn, he was all like, hey, I can help you. If you're willing to, tell me more and make this salacious, we can probably, this is just my guesstimate, or my guess, allegedly, I should say. But with Tyrone, he knows how to make something sound worse than what it is. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys know what I'm talking about with Tyrone Blackburn. This ain't anything new. This is nothing new. This guy is known for embellishing stories and making things seem worse than what they are. The Cuban Gooding Jr. part actually doesn't shock me. And the reason why is because Cuban Gooding Jr. is a freak. And don't forget, like, he pled guilty to it's sexual assault. I don't know what other way to put it. Sexual assault, different women and stuff like that. I mean, there's even videos out there of Cuban Gooding Jr. acting a fool out in public and stuff like that. So none of this is like shocking when it comes to Cuban Gooding Jr. The Young Miami and her cousin, I don't want to say that's true, but I can see that being plausible too, because what was Young Miami really doing with Diddy? It seemed like she was almost like another freak-off girl, Meek Mill, Chris Brown, and TD Jakes were mentioned in this lawsuit. Because something was mentioned about a Philly rapper that used to date Nicki Minaj. Now, that was a direct. Oh, and also TD Jakes. And then I think it said something about an R&B singer. And yeah. So I can see it being Chris Brown. Yeah, I was honestly thinking Usher, but I didn't want to say it. But okay, Chris Brown, yeah. Not shocking at all. Not. These people kind of hang around in these little cliques and these little circles. You can picture it. And I've always got a weird vibe for Meek Mill as far as like how he acts and stuff like that. And I know him and Diddy have a close relationship. Yeah, not shocking at all. For those of you who just came in, I'm gonna go ahead and play the video from Lil Rod's, who's suing Diddy. I'm gonna go ahead and play a video from him so you guys can just know, like, he's been talking since earlier this month, and he's been wanting to get his publishing. Here we go, and make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button too.
I run shit. You feel me? I run shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Lil Rod ain't worth giving this kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his pub. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
I apologize to anyone this video may be embarrassing to. Let's just jump right into it. Some of you may know me or may not. I'm a music producer who's a writer and musician. Different genres. I started in the gospel and jazz and R&B and worked my way over to the hip-hop side. I've been working on an album. I took a year off straight working on this album. That album is the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. And it's Grammy nominated right now as we speak. I should be celebrating, but the truth is I'm not. Taking this album on has required so much time, months and at a time, 16 hours to 24 hours a day. Sometimes, Diddy will request certain works to be done and tell us don't go to sleep until it's done. And the truth is we'll be up for days trying to accomplish that. I've tried to get my business straight with them on this album, but the truth is they're not playing fair. They hit me on below the belt on so many situations, just dealing with this. It's the contract that they give me and the offer that they gave me was just disgusting. The producer fee, pennies. And on top of that, these guys are trying to steal my publishing. I can't go for that. So I'm fighting back. He's a fighter, but I'm going to put in this fight. I got to do it for myself, my rights, and most importantly, my kids. Taking my publishing or stealing it I'm not going to let that happen. Not going to let that happen. Again, this is one of those projects that took so much time from me. I missed holidays with my family, just out working on this album. At what point I was running around with the hard drives, the computer, just to run the ball on this album, to finish the production on it, and make sure that this album came to, a good project with good vibes, just where it is right now. And just to be offered little to no participation in this is highly disrespectful. I won't be that guy 20, 30 years from now looking back saying, I wish I'd done this. I'm going to do this now. Doing this situation is not easy. Taking Puff to court, suing him is not easy. I don't have the monies that it's going to take to fight him in court. So I'm just asking, if you're in support, please, the link is in my bio to my GoFundMe. The money will go towards my attorney fees and to just make sure I'm keeping my head above water during the process. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Until further notice, I will not be performing at any gigs or anything like that. For security reasons, my family, friends, everyone close to me just feels like there's a lot of potential threats, and everybody's just telling me what he's allegedly capable of, and it's very scary for myself, and it has me worried about my kids, and just sleeping with anxiety and different things like that. So just moving forward, just want to pause on everything until we know that it's clear and safe for me to come back outside of work. I appreciate you all for your love and support, and everybody that knows me, etc. Thank you so much. Love.
There's a video that I had on Twitter too. Well, not I had, but I seen on Twitter, and it was obviously some young girls on like a boat or whatever, and like they see Diddy in Young Miami, he's like dancing and stuff like that, and they're all like, "See, Diddy does like to coerce young girls," and oh, yeah, y'all. Now I will say this: I do want to mention this part. And as you guys can see with Lil Rod, he didn't mention anything, sexual or anything like that during his, statements about what was going on. He just wanted his publishing and wanted what's rightfully his. Again, these people work hard on their music, and then these bigger artists come and then take everything. And so, like I said, now that his lawyer is Tyrone Blackburn, I'm like, mm. I almost feel, and I'm just gonna say it. Screw it, bump that. I'm just gonna say it. I feel like Tyrone Blackburn preyed on this dude because he knew he didn't have no money and was all like, "Hey, I can go ahead and do you pro bono, do the lawsuit pro bono. Let me clarify. Do the lawsuit pro bono if you kind of beef this up a little bit and make it a little bit more intriguing and everything like that." And he probably felt forced to do that because, again, and those he was just talking about how Diddy is cheap, which we know that for a fact. Diddy doesn't pay his people. He don't treat people good. Make you work and basically work for free, and gives you little crumbs. We know that to be factual. We know that to be true. But he never mentioned anything before. Now, he did say he was scared for his life, his children, and stuff like that. So I can see why, he said he wasn't going to speak again until after the lawsuit. So that makes a lot of sense to me. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to get Pacer and then pull up the documents and stuff like that. Again, just from the stuff that I've seen on Twitter, it's very, 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 it's not looking good at all. Did anyone want to come up and say anything? I'll drop the link. This show kind of went by fast, so yeah, I'll drop the link if anybody wants to say anything or how they feel about it. Again, I'm not saying that he's lying, just the Tyrone Blackburn part gives me pause. And again, that's the guy who represented Sabrina Peterson and the other victims against T.I. and Tiny, and then Jennifer Huff against Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj. And like I said, Tyrone Blackburn doesn't have the best record when it comes to winning cases. He's literally another Phaedra Parks. What? I mean, there's no other way to put it, y'all. At least I can't think of anything. What's up, Couture Bay? How you doing? Demetria says, makes me not want to even try to move up sending in my novels. People stay getting played and not paid. Yeah. Don't let that, detour you at all. Hold on, let me drop the link. Yeah, and yeah, Diddy, this does not look good at all. And it's not even a thing where we allege Diddy is a bad person. It's kind of like so many people say it. There's some kind of truth there. There's some kind of truth. Not everybody's just throwing at random things at you. Let me let Couture Bay on. What's up, Couture Bay? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Do you need me to cam up? I can. Let me start up this thing. But look, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy. When I heard Tyrone Blackburn, I instantly thought he wants to lose the case because of all the lawyers to get? Because let's be real, Diddy has Sean Hawley, and she's not no punk in the courtroom. She's a beast. He went and got a shark because he knows he's dealing with some like serious allegations here. But hey, so you don't
like, she look good, y'all? Don't Couture Bay look good?
Oh, thank you. But it's really unfortunate, and I go back to saying, in the case with Lil Rod, the producer, you have to be on your business. I don't care if they're saying, we need this now, I want it now. If you really are good like that, they can wait for you to negotiate your terms and get what you need. Because the fact he has to do a GoFundMe, He was arguing in the comments. Stevie J is involved now. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it's about to be a battle.
The Stevie J part didn't shock me either. I was kind of like,
Listen, Jocelyn Hernandez said him and Diddy was together.
Didn't I tell you? Also, like, the Stevie J part didn't shock me either. I was kind of like, just like the Cuban Gooding Jr. Like I said, he admitted to sexual assault, harassment, and stuff like that. Yeah. So that wasn't a shocker either.
Listen, it's Holly weird. People only do things if you allow it. Like I've always said, you have to be strong in your no. Don't be like Lecrae out here, the Christian rapper, thinking you can take on the vices of the devil. Absolutely not.
Right.
Some of y'all are not going to make it. Some of y'all are going to be in these freak offs doing God knows what for pennies on the dollar or something. I don't know. But it's just, why did Meek Mill shock y'all? Meek Mill was on the yacht. Fabulous was on the yacht.
That video with him in the pool and, and Diddy recorded
was on the yacht. Who else was on the yacht? Oh, YK Osiris was on the yacht. Listen, y'all don't listen to the people who brought y'all the tea for years. It takes some disgruntled employee or somebody being upset, and then y'all be like, oh.
Right. And they also brought up TD Jakes back up too.
See, TD Jakes is about to help Diddy win. Y'all better leave him alone. Y'all see Larry over there struggling and losing weight.
This is a pretty phone. I got this phone like a few years ago.
I had to get you back for that. The card flip. I said,
But see, this is why he had to go with Tyrone Blackburn, because he only had like 1,400 in his GoFundMe. Nobody was donating, and so I believe Tyrone Blackburn, and shout out to Miss Curiosity, he was all like, "Hey, you ain't got no money? Come over here. I'll do it pro bono. Let me spice this up. I believe Lil Rod probably told him the real story, and then he was like, let me spice it up a little bit. And Tyrone Blackburn went in there, spiced it up a little bit, and
what he's gonna get is a situation where Sabrina Peterson or whatever her name was, the T.I. and Tiny girl, Lil Rod, dump him. You can always get a better attorney.
Right.
The blogs. Do not use Tyrone Blackburn. That's why I didn't even report that part, because then people were going to automatically say he's lying.
That Tyrone Blackburn part, I was like, oh man. Like, the only thing that kind of gave me like, okay, maybe he is telling the truth, because he's been speaking out since earlier this month. Lil Rod. He's been speaking out earlier this month. It's just that we didn't know about it until now. However, he has been speaking out. But knowing that Tyrone Blackburn got to him, it kind of makes me like, I don't know anymore.
It's like the Ben Crump of lawsuits. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I said favorite part, but I mean, yeah, you're right about that, because I haven't seen Ben Crump with no case either. Like, show up, when it's high profile, and then out of there.
I mean, for those that do not know who Sean Hawley is, she is the one that negotiated Tory Lanez to just have probation, and the fool didn't take it. Hence why she left.
Oh, that's the lady?
Yes.
Oh.
She is good. She's not no basic woman. She is that girl. She got Lindsay Lohan off, and we saw the powdery white substances. Okay? And she said, oh, it just fell in the car or something, she said. And I was like, what? That girl does not play. She understands the law. She is one of the top celebrity attorneys out there.
Right. You're not going to be able to get over on a Diddy. And you got Tyrone Blackburn. He has no idea what he's doing. No idea. And I'm all like, Lil Rod, like, I believe that you do have an argument. I believe that some stuff could have happened, but just knowing that Tyrone Blackburn isn't going to take your case seriously. I mean, I would definitely look to see what other cases he has won, not even just one, resolved, because not all of them go to court, right? You can resolve it
True.
outside.
I don't think he got any settlement.
No, because oh, I don't want to get you in trouble, but isn't Jennifer Huff still fighting?
Yes. And she's fighting Kenneth Petty. The big fish is off because he could not prove Nicki Minaj did it. So I was like, baby, why are you even fighting Kenneth? Okay, girl.
Yeah, nice try, but you know,
might
that case ain't working either.
He might as well get Detective Tuola to be on the case because we're talking about New York. He has not settled any other lawsuit but the Cassie lawsuit. We have to understand that, and that's something that they could actually see. This other stuff,
right?
It's all considered hearsay, and he has not settled. He hasn't even budged. He was laughing in the video at you, and when I saw that, I said, "Oh, Lil Rod, I don't know, baby. You're in for an uphill battle." Do I think Diddy is a good man? No, but I'm not hiring no Tyrone Blackburn. I would go get some EEO, employee boss type.
He could have got a public defender. I know some good public defenders. Yeah. I was going to ask you if you wanted to read that.
So no, it says Carisha's cousin felt him up. That's why her name is being brought up. That's what I saw. The cousin, who is Carisha's cousin, massaged him down low. And I don't know what happened after that. But baby, you couldn't touch me like that either. I just really want to know what goes through people's heads when they're being fondled publicly, because what? Like, your reflexes don't go off. I don't know. I'm just...
Yeah, well, I said the power dynamic. And here's the thing. Like, there's been situations, I'm not going to say like that, but has there ever been a situation at work where, like, you wanted to react a certain way? Not necessarily touching, but you wanted to react and you kind of be like, oh, I'm at work. I love you, just kind of, and then just walk away. I'm thinking they could be those kind of situations more than just... oh yeah, let me just sit here and take it. Like, I want to hope like they're just not taking it at that. I'm trying to say
I don't mean like taking it. I'm just like, because when it comes to someone violating your personal space, that's just one thing I don't play about. And I get it, some people shut down, but this man is a whole father. Like, I don't know. I just think like you're letting all these people do things to you. How much was they paying? Because I really feel like some checks was cut. How much? What was the yes? How did they get you to the yes or the okay? What was the okay? Because that's in between yes and no.
Right. Well, in this case, he did say no. Like, he wasn't down for it. But I mean, he was, fondled and everything. So it's kind of like, I honestly feel like, because I mean, the Love album, even though it didn't win, it is a Grammy nominated album. He can always put that on his resume. No matter what, I was on a Grammy nominated album. Boom. Who can argue? Who can say whatever? I was on a Grammy nominated album. Like, that's it. You can see, look at the credits and stuff like that. So sometimes it's all like, I'm just going to go through this and just do it and I'll get over it. Because, technically he was fondled, but oh, damn, this is going to get me in trouble. It didn't seem like he performed any acts, but he was come on to. And so maybe he thought like, well, okay, well, if I just let them do this, then I can get another opportunity, blah, 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 blah.
Ooh. And I want all the AT2ers, never allow that to happen. You can sue.
Yes, please don't.
That's an EEO violation, even in the corporations of entrepreneurship.
Yes. And I noticed that he sued Universal Group, all of Diddy's companies and everything, which is smart because that's what Cassie did. You make it an employee situation to where.
But you do it with Tyrone Blackburn.
I know. Where's Stephanie Collins? We need the lawyer here to talk about picking shitty lawyers.
Because that's important. Like, I'd rather him have gotten the Harvey Weinstein lawyer. How come he couldn't get those attorneys?
Yeah. Well, again, like this is somebody doing it for free. This is the only thing I can think of, Couture Bay. He doing it for free. So he only had 1,400. You can't get a lawyer with 1,400.
But we're in America. Take the percentage of what they're gonna cut me a check for.
Well, I'll say this.
Because word on the curb is that's how Cassie did it.
Oh, so Cassie didn't have the money up front. And just like with the girl, the Jane Doe, and Tierra Marie is not from Canada, y'all. Somebody had asked that and I didn't answer. But I heard like the Jane Doe, they're doing that pro bono, and it's the same lawyers doing the one that
for Harvey Weinstein and Cassie.
Yeah, it's the same ones that are doing the Jane Doe one, the one where we don't know the girl's identity.
Oh, baby, they're about to get that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it had pictures too.
They're about to get that. They are going to find that woman. Because when it comes to a case like that, in America, we do have it to where you have to face your accuser, especially if we're taking it to trial.
Mm-hmm. So. And someone said Keisha Shantae. I had said that, but the age don't match up. She's from Canada, and I don't know if she has a connection to. That's the girl from Canada who used to date Drake.
Oh, from 106 & Park?
Yeah.
Baby, that's Tierra Marie. I don't care what they say. Oh, the Canada is a throw us off. You know what? Because her sister attacked me on Twitter and was like, take this down. And I said, I'll take it down when your sister publicly say it's not me. And she never did it. And she was like, that's effed up. That's effed up. You're lying on my sister. I said, I don't know if I'm lying on your sister because your sister didn't say it wasn't me.
You know what the crazy part is? What's up, Dovey? The crazy part is that I had shared another YouTuber's video that said it was Tierra Marie. And like, I was like, it could be, but you know, there's some things. And then I had shared the YouTuber's video, but he actually had Tierra Marie's like manager in his chat and stuff like that. And they were all like, no, it's not her. It's not her. So it was interesting.
It's probably the older sister. Because when we look at Tierra Marie, she's linked to Rico Love. She's linked to Fabulous. And she's also linked to New York. Because remember the first Love and Hip Hop New York, we barely ever see those reruns. But she was on there with Emily B.
Oh yeah, she was there during that fight with Erica and Jules Santana. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
So I think it was her because what was she doing in New York? Why were you living there?
Wow, I didn't even think about that. Whew.
You know, these people let a lie. I think they just said Canada to throw us off. You're not fooling me.
Oh, Kim Bella. That's what her name was. Kim Bella. That's who Erica got in the fight with. And Tierra Marie was there. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll take that one. Yeah, but with Lil Rod, do you think like he's gonna have any success with this, or?
It's given Tiffany Red. And I don't like to say that because if they would band together to not write for any artist for 6 months, there's so much groundbreaking revolution that would happen, right? But they're not unified. And that's my biggest issue with people who come to the internet because he said he signed something. I paid attention to that. I'm like, why are y'all signing contracts? If you can't afford a lawyer to fight, you couldn't afford a $300 just to have somebody look over some legal documents and tell you the jargon. And this is why I say we have to get business savvy, because if we're not business savvy, we're always going to lose our money to the man, no matter what, whether it's the black man or the white man. So it's unfortunate. And you did all this work, but you didn't negotiate your deal properly. And there's courses out there everywhere where you can go to a course, learn about negotiations, learn about contracts, and go in there and do the work. Do what you
Yeah.
need to do to make yourself.
But one thing I will say, I kind of go back to the power dynamic because the way music works now, they're not getting a lot of money to begin with, and so the power dynamic is like I ain't sold a song in 6 months, and I'm about to get evicted. Like some of them feel like they have to because it's only like that top, just like with actors, it's like that top 1% that makes money. And I just found out this year, and I feel ignorant, but with the strike, the strike and
Writer's
everything
strike.
like that. I didn't know like only like 83% of actors make less than 21,000 a year. Like I was like, whoa, that is crazy. So I'm guessing the average with songwriters probably are the same. Like the Uber driver that I had in LA, it said like his other occupation. You know how they had like little facts on it and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It said like he's a songwriter and he moved here from St. Louis or something like that. And I was like, oh, I do them odd jobs to, make ends meet.
No, I feel like this. The way social media is set up and engineered, there's ways to make your money because
Mhm.
there are greats who wrote about how their music was stolen and how they were able to make money off their bodies of work. We got Dolly Parton, we have Faith Evans, we have uh Devontae, we
Mhm.
have Ashanti. Like these are just them. I can even take it a step further. We have the Brandies, we have the Dark Childs, we have the Brian Michael Cox. Like there's so many that tell you how they had their
Yeah.
issues and whatnot. But Faith Evans told the girls how to get your money, even
Mhm.
if they steal the song.
Mm. But with a Faith Evans, Brian Michael Cox, they're not going to play those games with them like they can. Because let me tell
Well,
you,
she talked
I
about
got a song and
what she
somebody
got,
offered me 5,000. I'm gonna give them that song because I'm hungry.
but also you got to remember, Faith Evans was up and coming, right?
Right.
Tupac
True.
stole a whole song from her. She wrote on his track. She ended up getting $10 million because she did something to where she copywritten it beforehand
Mhm.
because she knew just in case this person get a little funny, I can protect myself. Kelly
Right.
Price is another one. Like, there's an abundance of songwriters who have literally talked about how people will steal, so you got to protect your neck. And I just think people don't want to do the work because they're so hungry. You can't be too hungry to where you're selling yourself short.
Right. 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 I agree with that. Like, you can never get to that space where you're just willing to take anything. Because he even said the small producer fee that he got, because producers usually get paid up front. So that's all like, huh? Like, he only took a small fee. Yeah, you can't be that hungry and not take care of this.
If I know you thirsty and I can smell it, I can see it, I'm taking full advantage. That's business 101. You can tell the people who are for game and who are for play. Y'all watch Suits all the time. A lot of y'all watch Suits, and y'all didn't pay attention to none of the tactics that made that other company so successful, which made Meghan Markle stupid every time, like throughout the
Mm,
series.
right. And you are right, Miss Curiosity. Poverty creates chaos amongst the hungry. You don't think nor act right. Right. I agree with that. But I do think, also too, it's important for them to have managers, and that's one thing that Tiffany Red did mention. She said that she has a manager that negotiates and stuff for her, even though she doesn't write anymore. But at the time, she did have some kind of manager or representation, and
That's smart.
he could have just been Rod could have just been doing this pro bono, basically, without a manager or somebody representing him, and especially and then I also think about this too. If you say, well, let me go through my manager and stuff like that, Diddy probably been like, what manager? You don't need no manager. I believe like Diddy probably gave him some pimp talk and Diddy kind of.
I'm not going in no deal with. I'm not going in the office by myself with a billionaire. Let's just start there.
Mm,
Not even with a multi-thousandaire, because I know the games people play. I see it at my job all the time. Even when we handle certain cases, dealing with Me Too, I see how they operate. The lawyers know each other. They dap each other up, and they be like, "I hope you win," and they go up in there, and it's a bloodbath, right? When we got audited, and it was on the at Congress at a congressional hearing, our one of the top executives said, if any money cannot be traced, everybody in this section will be fired. And I was like,
Ooh.
talk about make your heart rate go up. We was looking for everything. Do you understand? We was taking the unpaid out, like the no paid. Oh, I'm just working on my own free time because I care. Making sure that our whatever we covered was accounted for down to the penny, because that's how people do you. They will get rid of you and hire somebody else.
Right.
No, I'm not an attorney. I'm not an attorney. I wish. No, I'm not an attorney, but I worked enough with them to know crazy, don't care. And I'm the one who goes find the evidence. I go, look what I found. Look what I found, boss.
One thing that I was wondering is that you know, even if Lil Rod doesn't get anything from this, like, he's going to need protection. Like, they ain't gonna play these games with him. If he's straight up lying about all of this, like, he's going to need protection.
The fact that Diddy's son was brought into this is going to make Diddy fight even harder.
I'm waiting for Misha Hilt. I'm waiting for her to say something.
She's not going to say anything. She was sleeping in her car and she never said anything. Baby, if you didn't tell on him then, when you was homeless in your car with your fashions, I don't judge.
With the fashion.
I don't judge, but three kids, 3 different dads.
Well, let's see if Misa has said anything. Hold on. If I'm not blocked. If I'm not blocked already, let's see what she's
Not blocked. Why would you be blocked? You always say, you know what? You're acting like Shannon Sharp. Club Shay
really? I just feel like every time I mention a celebrity, they probably gonna block me. Like, that's how I feel.
They love their names being mentioned.
Yeah. The only one that has blocked me was that Corey Hardrick, the one that was married to Tia. Yeah, anybody who mentioned him on YouTube, he blocked.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was special, but no, he just blocked everybody. No, she hasn't said nothing. Okay.
She's not going to say anything.
Well, remember, she kind of teased back in the past that
she was upset, but then, first of all, your son got that DUI on his own, baby. Like, why was he out partying and not getting in an Uber? Like,
right. Why do these people not get Ubers?
I just don't get it, especially when you're at a party with paparazzi. The paparazzi probably called the police. Right. Like, let's use our brains.
Right. And not just Uber, a driver. You could have a driver. Like, why?
Have the bodyguard pick you up, somebody. Dad, right. Tell Lil Rod to come get me. You know, right. You can do stuff like that.
Right. Just don't call Tiffany Haddish.
No. Oh, child.
But anyway.
She's spiraling. That lady needs love.
Yeah, she need a hug. Like,
you're in LA, go give her one. She needs it.
If I see her, that's if she didn't block me as well too. But anyway, Couture, anything else you want to add?
Do you think he has a strong case? Do you think he'll win?
A case, yes, but do I think he'll win? No. No, I don't think he's going to win. I just think that the person that he has with him is not serious about it and just looking for publicity and hoping to catch some kind of... I think Tyrone Blackburn was looking for a Diddy case and he found one.
Let's pray for Rod.
Yeah, Rod, we praying for you. We gonna send you all the love and everything, but no
Okay.
promises, you know.
Thank you, but thank you for having me. Thank you, AC Tours. I'm dropping down.
Of course, thank you, Couture Bay, for coming up. Let me go ahead and share Couture Bay channel with you guys. But yeah, that was dope having Couture Bay up here. But yeah, y'all, for me personally, it's not looking good for Rod. I just think with that he'll settle. Okay, y'all think he'll? Oh, well, let me ask y'all. While I find her link real quick. 30-second countdown, you guys. So, do you feel that? Well, let me ask it this way. I'll ask two different questions. Question one: does Lil Rod have a case against Diddy? Yes or no? All right. Do we think that he will win? Talking about Lil Rod. Will Lil Rod win? Yes or no? You have a good point with that. You have a good point. And there were photos in the evidence too as well. I just don't know if that'll be able to be proven or not. But hey, you guys, definitely will keep you updated. Like I said, I'll go ahead and get Pacer, and then I'll do another video like line by line. But I just wanted to present this to you guys. Shout out to Couture Bay for Shout out to Couture Bay for coming up. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you already have it. We didn't do the Wendy Williams video today. You know what? I'll do it after the show. I'll do it right after the show. I'll go ahead and set it up for you guys. But thank y'all for being here. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Deuces, everybody.